My name is Chuck McConnell. I have been going to Grace since March of this year, so right around about 7 months. I come up in a drug-addicted background. I was from an abused home. I had a stepfather who was an alcoholic, a mother who was abused, and I was an abused child. I was in rehab by the time I was 11 years old. I had already experienced methamphetamines. I'd experienced, they call them benzos. I'm not sure what the legal name, marijuana, alcohol. When I got a little older, I was so buried in addiction, and then the disease progressed. No longer was it abuse, but it was more addictive behaviors, and I didn't even realize there was anything wrong with them until my life started falling apart. And in 2004, I had a 4.5-year-old son who got killed. 2006, my wife walked out the door. She was pregnant with one of my children and had 3 other children. And being clean for all those years, I couldn't take that. I couldn't take my life falling apart the way it did. So I fell back into addiction for another 12 years. It wasn't till I came down here to Florida, and this lady that owns this house here, she owns a rehab. And I called this lady and she told me, she said, I don't take your insurance and I don't even have a bed. And you know, I was praying that something would happen. So I told her, I said, you know, I'll go back out and drink or something so I can get back into detox, because I really just didn't want to get high anymore. I was really tired of it. And that's when she said, you know, just wait, just call me this weekend. We'll see what we can't do. And she put me on the couch and I wound up getting a bed, and then she took us to Recovery Church, Grace Recovery Church, one night. And when I walked in the door, I seen a lot of people just like me. I seen a lot of broken people who had found something in life, something that was working. And I met Junior, I met Johnny and Darlene, and a lot of other people, Pastor Phil. In one part of the segment, they talk about, you know, if you don't have a home church, there's one right across the street. It's a great church. So I filled out a Connect card, sent the Connect card in. I went to Starting Point, and then the next Sunday when I walked in the church, Pastor Jeff, he walked straight up to me and knew my name. It was the most impressive thing I ever seen. That's been my experience the whole way through with Grace Church. Is like they want to get to know who you are. They're a family, you know, and I've really, it's really helped me to understand my walk. I learned through the Recovery Church and through Pastor Jeff that we're fighting fights that aren't ours to fight. You know, the battle can't be won by fighting. I learned that when I finally gave up the battle, when I finally just threw my hands up, said I can't do it anymore, I finally started seeing the struggle start to dissipate. Everything in my life started to change. I've got 4 daughters I ain't seen in 14 years. I haven't seen in 14 years. One of them called me 5 weeks ago. And now I'm talking to all of them. You're fighting a battle that's not yours, you know? And I've had to say this to a lot of people, you know, you're just one decision away from changing the rest of your life. It's just one decision.